good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Of course, it depends on your time zone, right? Right. Once again, today I brought for you an amazing book by Anthony Robbins. The title is precisely the following: Awakening the Giant Within. So, according to the author's point of view, there are 5 areas in our lives that we need to change in order to achieve our goals. Let's get started with the first one: our emotional states. If we want to change our lives, once for all, we need to have control over our emotional states. Let me give you an example and you will understand what I really meant by this. Let's assume that at this moment we are having this conversation, you lose your job. So if you are not controlling your emotional state, you will start drinking a lot, you will start having a lot of addictions, namely drugs, cigarettes, and so on. Once for all, it's really important for us to have control of our emotional states. Remember, the way we feel most of the time affects how we do things. If you don't control your emotional states, someone else will control it, or something else will control it. Area number 2 that you really need to master is time. Once again, first you need to have what we call as time management. You need to prioritize things that are suitable for you. 1, 2, you need to prioritize, for example, long-term projects over short-term rewards, because there are a lot of people that somehow overestimate what they can get in a year. Area number 3 is precisely financial area. Of course, when we talk about money, it's really important and reliable for us to think in this way. First, life has a lot of possibility to be explored, and without money we will not be able to do that. So we are, as human beings, we should not just be in this planet just to survive. We should explore a lot of other options. Therefore, having money earlier on, even later in life, is really the best option. And to do this, we really need to manage what we get very well and wisely. Next area is physical area, our body physically. So, and here the author starts with a question: is it worth for you, for example, having certain success, being wealth, but yet not having the perfect body, or not having a healthy body to enjoy your wealth? Of course not, it's not worth. Therefore, we need to avoid certain things that somehow damage our physical body, namely alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, fast food, and you name it. And we need to start doing physical exercise on daily basis. Next area is that the author of this book really highlights is relationships. As human beings, we should be aware the importance of having a healthy relationships. For example, or for instance, romantic relationship, social relationship, business relationship, and you name it. And the bottom line here is relationships as long as you have, for example, health relationship, somehow they open doors and resources for you to spend and for you to grow as well. Okay, don't forget that relationships create connections, and connection might help you to strive as well. Now, apart from those areas that we need to master in order to achieve our goals in life, according to the authors of this book, Anthony Robbins' point of view, obviously, there are three basic principles that we need to apply on a daily basis that are going to help us as well. Principle number one is what he calls, for example, raise your standard. First and foremost, we need to be clear what we want to achieve, and we need to be clear what we don't expect as outcome. It will help us to move forward. Principle number two is, for example, to break our old belief systems. Once again, it doesn't make sense at all if you've raised your standard, but yet you don't believe that you can achieve them. It doesn't make sense at all. Once you have a goal, but you still have, for example, a belief that this goal is impossible to achieve. So in order for you to achieve your goals, you need to combine your objectives and your beliefs, and vice versa. You need to believe what you conceive is achievable, and you will do whatever it needs in order to achieve your goals. Because if you don't do that, somehow your beliefs will sabotage your goals. And the last principle that you should apply on a daily basis to help you, of course, achieve your goals is what the author calls, for example, change your strategy. Here, whatever you want to do in life, you should try to find a model. You don't need to create the wheel. Okay, there are certain people that have already succeeded in a lot of areas. So choose one area, choose your model, and follow him. The idea behind this strategy is very simple. You don't need to invent the wheel. People have already invented it. You just need to reshape it, to fine-tune it, or perhaps make it much better. Okay, this type of strategy, whether in mid-term or long-term, will save you a lot of resources and a lot of time as well. So to summarize, you have learned today that there are 5 areas that you really need to master in order to achieve your goals. 1, 2, you also have learned that there are 3 basic principles that you also need to use daily in order to achieve your goals. It was really an amazing book by Anthony Robbins, Awakening the Giant Within. Bye.